So I recorded a full audio for this video the other day, but those of you who follow my channel regularly will have heard me mention the fact that I managed to break my shoulder a few days ago. So that took me out of action. And then since that happened, there's actually been another update in the Robertson versus Upchurch case. So I thought, rather than try to edit the audio that I've got and fit it all together and probably have different audio levels and all that sort of annoyance, I thought I'd just go and just start this whole thing from scratch. So what I was going to put out the other day was a few updates in terms of things that have been going on in the background with the Upchurch Robertson Rodni case. So in December there was a motion filed with the judge for suppression of a few pieces of information from both sides. One of the suppression orders was information regarding Upchurch's finances, and the judge ruled on that. So basically there'll be no information available with regards to how much Ryan earns or how much money he has or anything like that. That will be sealed and not available to the public. The other thing that's been sealed is medical records. So if you've been following this case with me, when I read through the case early on in the piece, you may remember that there was mention of Upchurch's actions having a negative impact on the mental health of Daniel Rodni, Kiely's father. So it's been ruled that all health records relating to this case will also be sealed. So none of that information will be made publicly available. So there's that. And then the other day I came across a channel that I've not heard of and I'm not subscribed to. It was some dude that calls himself Psychobabble. You may have heard of him, I've never heard of him. He sounds like he has a bit of a negative take on things, so it's probably why I've not seen his channel or followed his channel. And this is according to him, because there's nothing in the court files to support this. There is no notice of depositions that I can see in the court file. I don't know if when it comes to civil cases it's different and they don't have to file a notice of depositions. But according to Psychobabble, he claims that both he and Zaname have been deposed to give depositions for Upchurch, so for the defence. As you know, Zaname and Amanich had some interesting involvement in Kiely's case, and Ryan had a lot to say about her. So it seems that she's been deposed as a witness for the case, as has this Psychobabble. Now, because I don't know anything about this Psychobabble, I have no idea what his involvement would be or why he's been deposed. Like I said, there's no information on the court website to show a notice of depositions. Maybe that will appear at a later date. This Psychobabble guy did show a portion of a summons that looked like a summons for Zaname, which looked quite official. But that said, because I know nothing about this channel, I know nothing about this guy, I'm not going to post that image just in case he's a grifter. So the only confirmation I have of any sort of depositions is from this guy's channel and from a screenshot of a supposed deposition of Xana May, like listed as Anna Mainich. So there's that. And that's what I did my audio on the other day. I was going to put it all into a quick video, drop it out to keep people updated. But since then, I went and had another look on Pacer at this particular case, because I was interested to see if maybe there was a notice of depositions had been added or anything like that. But instead, I came across a new document which is from the 31st of January. So this is, of course, fairly self-explanatory, but I'll read through it. Now, for those of you who probably only follow my Kiely Rodni content, I will just mention that I have a free Patreon that I created where I put documents for anyone who wishes to get copies of it. You can become a member for free, and any documents that I drop on there are free documents. There may be one or two things with Kiely's case particularly where I may put them in a paid tier. I have $1 and $2 tiers, which are mainly just for people who want to support my channel. But given the sensitivity of some of the content to do with Kiely's case, some of those things, if I drop them into my Patreon, will go into one of the paid tiers. But in terms of this document, I will drop it into my Patreon. So if you wanted a copy of this document, and I will also start posting the other Upchurch documents that I have. So I will add them to my Patreon for anyone who wants copies of them. So I'm just going to read through this quickly and then finish off. So you've got all the usual blurb at the top. David Robertson and Daniel Rodni, plaintiffs versus Ryan Upchurch, defendant. Got the case number, District Judge William L. Campbell Jr., Magistrate Judge Barbara D. Holmes. Joint notice of mediation details. Come now, plaintiffs David Robertson and Daniel Rodni and defendant Ryan Upchurch, the parties, by and through undersigned counsel, and hereby give notice to the court that the parties have agreed to use Gail Vaughan Ashworth of Wiseman Ashworth Trauger Law Group PLC as a mediator in this matter. Mediation is scheduled for February 10, 2025 at 9 a.m. at the offices of Wiseman Ashworth Trauger Law Group PLC. So it's standard protocol with civil cases for there to be mediation in the lead up to the case. Now, from memory, I think this is slated for November of this year. I know I did cover that in a previous video, so maybe someone with a better memory than me can let me know. Otherwise, if you want to go and check out my previous videos that I've done on the Upchurch matter, you'll be able to find the information there. So this could mean that we head towards a settlement out of court, or it could just be a simple case of just the standard mediation occurring, and then things continue, and then we still have the civil case later on in the year. So certainly this will be something to keep an eye out for after 10th of February. I think possibly maybe we will see a settlement outside of court. Who knows? But this is definitely the first mention of mediation But like I said, I believe it is just one of the normal steps in the lead up to a civil case that the parties are expected to attempt mediation before taking it further. I will keep you posted if I find any more information with regard to depositions, or if I find any more information with regards to this proposed mediation. So that's pretty much where it stands right now. Not a huge amount of information to add, but I guess it shows us that there's still a little bit happening behind the scenes. So I'll leave it at that. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Also, please hit the like button and leave a comment below. Do you think that this may settle out of court, or do you think that it may end up going to a civil trial later in this year? As for depositions, do you think this is a legitimate thing? I tend to think that it is. The reason I'm just not jumping on it and making a huge thing of it is because, like I said, I've got no idea who this psychobabble person is. But it's interesting that Zanime has been called, and obviously since this is coming from someone with connections to Zanime, we don't know who else has been called. Could be Tony Dodge has also been called, maybe Iked Mel, who knows. But it will be interesting to find out if we do get a list of depositions. So thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.